everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out the new ColourPop No Filter foundation along with the new ColourPop No Filter setting powder. They also have a pressed powder, a new pressed powder, but I did not purchase that. I did the setting powder instead. I really don't use pressed powder, so I really didn't see the need for that, but I do have 2 out of the 3 new products that just launched to test out today. So we're going to start off with information on the foundation first. This retails for $12 US. It can be found in 42 different shades, which is pretty amazing. I grabbed the shade 115 to try out today. You get 0.85 fluid ounces worth of product, which is just a little bit shy of the typical 1 fluid ounce, and it has a shelf life of 12 months. So if you like it, you have a whole year to use it all up. It comes with a lockable pump in a glass bottle, which I really like. The description for this foundation straight from the website states that it is a full coverage natural matte finish foundation. It delivers flawless looking skin for day to night. It is oil free, it is lightweight. You are supposed to be able to customize coverage with this, so you can get sheer, medium, or full just depending on how much and how you apply it. The formula has soft blurring pigments. It is supposed to be able to deliver true color while looking and feeling natural. And it is 100% cruelty-free and vegan. Now moving on to the powder. The powder retails for $9 US. It can be found in 3 different shades. Translucent, which is what I have here, banana, and translucent dark. You're supposed to be able to, of course, lock in your makeup with this translucent, weightless, loose setting powder. It is developed with ultra-fine, smooth powders in order to provide a long-wearing, soft, focused, matte finish without feeling heavy or looking cakey. The formula was photo-tested to never flash back, giving you selfie-ready skin in any light. And of course, it is cruelty-free and vegan. So now that we've covered the basics, I'm going to jump off camera just really quickly in order to color correct the under eye area before coming back and applying some foundation and then concealer and setting with the powder. Okay, so now I'm back with a little bit of color corrector under the eyes, and it is time for foundation. I purchased 2 different shades. This one is medium 90, and like I mentioned earlier, this one is medium dark 115. Now that I've picked up a little bit of color, now that, you know, pool season is in full swing, I think that this one actually might be a better match. Their Instagram page did mention that medium 90 was like Fenty 240, which is what I typically used to wear before I picked up some color. I also ordered the 115 because it was the only one within that range, that medium to medium dark range, that had an olive undertone. Or it was the only one that I saw that was described as having an olive undertone. So I'm gonna apply this one today. Okay, so before getting started, I am going to be using a primer. Right now I only have moisturizer on the skin, but I'm going to be using the blurring primer from Cover FX. Okay, so now that primer is on the face, it is time for foundation. I'm going to apply 1 pump onto the back of the hand. Oh, it's watery. See that? It's pretty liquidy. I'm going to apply it with my finger first like I usually would. And then I'm going to blend it out with my damp sponge here. So I'm going to start off with just the one side, and then I'm going to zoom y'all in so that you can see exactly what kind of coverage I am getting one side compared to the other. So this I would say is pretty medium coverage with just the one layer. Usually don't go for full coverage, but just for the purpose of this video and to truly test the foundation out, I am going to apply a second layer here. Okay, so this is what 115 looks like on my skin. I think that that's a good match. I wasn't sure if I was going to have to mix it with the medium 90, but 115 seems to be a pretty good match. All right, so now I'm going to zoom y'all in so you can get a better look at my skin bare and then my skin with their 2 layers, so like full coverage. Okay, so this is what my skin looks like up close. As you can see, a lot of unevenness. I have these little veins popping through here, my spot here. So just overall, like I said, uneven. And then this is with the foundation. So as you can see, I'm getting nice coverage and it doesn't feel heavy. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the rest of the face. Okay, so not bad. I do feel a little wet right now, so hopefully it does eventually set to the natural matte finish that it's supposed to have. Because yeah, right now I feel a little wet, and I don't like it. It almost feels like more of a dewy foundation right now. I mean, I appreciate the fact that it didn't set right away because that would leave very little time for blending if I needed the time. But now I'm done, and this part that I started with is still feeling a little wet. So hopefully that settles here in the next few minutes. So now I'm going to do the under eye area. So I'm going to apply my concealer. I'm going to grab my Tarte Shape Tape. Okay, so I'm just going to blend out the concealer before setting it with our No Filter setting powder. Okay, so now that I've blended the concealer out, I'm going to apply some of this setting powder here. I'm just using a nice thin layer of powder. And I'm also going to use this to set here along my laugh lines. And I'm going to set my forehead as well. All right. Yeah, I like it. The powder is super soft. Really, really soft. It feels extremely soft, like very, very finely milled. The foundation itself though, it kind of, I don't know. I want to say it's still, I still feel like it feels like sticky a little bit. And I don't like it. Especially because it does claim to have a natural matte, so I'm not really sure what that is. I think I am going to try to set it a little bit. Maybe that's where the pressed powder would have been of good use, is to just set the rest of the face. Okay, that's better. So I had to set it a little bit in order to get it to actually be matte. Because it's still, it just felt a little sticky to me. Well, hopefully there really isn't any flashback with this powder because I just put it all over my face. So we'll see. Okay, so now I'm just going to jump off camera really quickly in order to finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I'm back with a full face of makeup, and foundation still looks pretty good. I did a flash test, so here is that. As you can see, the under eye area just looks lighter, like highlighted. It doesn't look like a white cast underneath the eyes. And I don't really see anything else going on. So I think it passes the flashback test. It is currently 2:19.
Hey, Editing Sarah here, just letting you all know that it was actually 12:19 as you saw. I had been up since 5.
I do plan on wearing this for an entire 8-hour day, and I am going to be coming back per usual halfway through the day in order to show you all some close-ups and just talk to you all a little bit about what has been going on throughout the day with the foundation up to that point. So I will see you all back here in a few hours. Okay, so now I'm back for my midday check-in. It is currently 3:52. So I've had this on for about 4 hours, a little under 4 hours. There's some stuff going on that I really don't appreciate. I'll show you all a close-up of what the foundation looks like right now. As of right now, I don't really see it, you know, moving around or kind of disappearing or anything like that, doing anything it's not supposed to. It is staying matte, especially because I did set it with a powder. The only thing that I'm not appreciating is my laugh lines are like very, very accentuated. They're like very pronounced right now, and I'm not smiling. Now I am. So I don't like that at all. Let me show you all close-ups. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like on the right side. Everything still looks pretty even. Nothing seems disturbed. And I have a very similar situation going on over here. So my only issue right now is this right here. Like, my laugh lines are not supposed to be visible, especially not after 4 hours of wear. This is just, they're they're not, no. Also, like above my lip, the foundation seems to have just like settled there. It's just kind of like sitting on top of my skin, and it's not really like, I don't know, becoming one with my skin like most foundations do. This one's just kind of sitting on top. So that is all that I have for right now. This is my main issue with the foundation and the setting powder. Other than that, I mean, the foundation feels fine. It feels lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy whatsoever. But when you look at my skin up close, it just, I don't know, I kind of feel like it just looks like the foundation is just sitting on top of my skin rather than it kind of combining with my skin or like melting into my skin. It just feels like it, or not feels, it just looks like it's sitting on top. I don't know if that makes sense. We'll see how the day turns out. Overall, it's not bad. It's not so bad. It's just, you know, we'll see. So I will see you all back here at the end of the night with my final thoughts on these two products. Okay, so now I'm back for my final check-in. It is currently 8:28. So I've had this foundation on along with the powder for a good solid 8 hours now, and I am ready to wash everything off and call it a day. But before I do, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at my skin with the foundation up close after 8 hours of wear. Okay, so this is what the right cheek looks like. Everything's still intact. Nothing seems to have moved or disappeared off of the face. And I have the same situation going on this side. Of course, these laugh lines are still there. They're still very pronounced. And the foundation, like I mentioned earlier, it just seems to be sitting on top of my lip. As far as the oiliness goes, I don't really see any. I'm not really detecting much oiliness with this foundation, which leads me to believe that it's either the foundation that truly is normal matte or the setting powder is what really helped keep the oiliness at bay. So overall, I think my gripe is more with the powder maybe than the foundation, or maybe the foundation and not, I don't know. I'm quite confused about this because I used 2 new products instead of just one. Usually if it's the one, I can obviously tell, yeah, it's not good because I've used it with all of these other things that I usually use that normally work for me and it's not working, or, you know, yeah, it's great because it goes along with everything else that I know works. This time I didn't use my RCMA No Color Loose powder to set the foundation. I wonder if that would have made a difference here at least. The powder just seems, after a little while, like when you first place it, it feels really soft. It applies lovely, but I think it might be a little bit too dry for me, like too dry for my liking. The under eye area even just appears a little bit too dry, like more so than normal, more so than usual for me. And this is just driving me crazy because even when I'm not making any expressions, you can still see my lines there, and you usually cannot. So I don't appreciate ColourPop trying to call me out on my 33 years of age because that's not nice. I'm very on the fence with these two. I definitely am going to try to wear them separately and with different products that I know for sure work. I'll try to wear the foundation with a different primer, without a primer. I'll try to set it with my RCMA No Color Loose powder instead of setting it with the No Filter powder. See if I can make it work that way, and I'm going to try to set a different foundation, different concealers, stuff like that with the No Filter setting powder. I'll update you all in a future video. Hopefully I can get this to work, but as of right now, I'm like, they're good, they're fine. They're not the greatest, but they're not the worst. So yeah, those are my thoughts for right now on this new ColourPop No Filter foundation and setting powder. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future product reviews, makeup tutorials, and anything beauty related. And also don't forget to follow me on all of my other social media platforms where I love interacting with you all. I am All Beauty by Sarah with an H on Instagram and All Beauty by Sarah without the H on Snapchat and Twitter. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.